Heyo lads, and welcome to the first episode of the Cagliari Career Mode, the new Career Mode series. Before we get into this, I'm going to run through the rules. If you are new to this series, I'm going to go through the rules of the Cagliari Career Mode right now. The aim of this career mode is to sell all of the white players and bring in as many black players to replace these white players in the Cagliari squad. This is because we need to show the racist fans that just because someone is black does not mean they are a bad footballer. So this means that we will need to win the Serie A with this full black team and possibly some more trophies if we get into other European competitions, but the Serie A is the main goal. The player who we will be focusing on in this career mode is called F. Tyrone. The F stands for the F word, and every time he scores, we need to sell a white player from the Cagliari squad and bring in a black player to replace them. He is also 1 rated at the beginning, and we are allowed to grow him as much as we like to make him the most lethal striker in the Serie A. And finally, every match that Tyrone doesn't start in or that is pre-season is simmed. But with the rules out of the way, I do hope you enjoyed this episode of the Cagliari Career Mode.
Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He always been faking me out. Can't make you happier now.
I do hope that you can appreciate that I'm not racist or anything, judging by those rules. This is all just a bit of fun, and it's kind of raising like awareness for racism, because I mean the players aren't racist. They're not racist at all. It's the fans, and I'm kind of raising awareness for that as well as just for racism in general. But getting on to the proper voiceover now, I first thought that I needed to sign Moise Kean and Romelu Lukaku as the first signings that we'd bring in, because they were the two big players that were bullied, as well as Mario Balotelli. But he is not in this game, unfortunately. I actually did not know that. He is a free agent. He was at Brescia last year, and now he's a free agent. But I mainly thought that because I thought it would be quite a good idea. But I realised I did not need any more strikers. I have João Pedro, who is already black, so he's going to stay in the squad. And I have good old fucking Tyrone, who is obviously going to start most games. So we didn't really need a striker. They might come in future episodes, but at the moment we just need to sign other players, because if you could see from the previous scenes, the squad is quite bad. It's quite weak in a lot of areas, so we need to focus on those bits first. As you can see here, I was really struggling to find Mario Balotelli, and I did not know at the time that he was actually just not on the game. But we're going to be going into our first game of the new career mode. I'm actually really excited for this. It's going to be a big game. Tyrone didn't start. He's on the bench. He's ready to come on as a proper good super sub. But it's a corner for Hertha Berlin as they whip one in. Goes out to the edge of the box. Will they be able to capitalise? Goes back into the middle of the box, and it's John Cordoba who finishes it off. 1-0 down in 20 minutes. Not the best start, if I'm going to be honest. And it is 1-0 at half-time. Hertha dominating in shots and chances, but Cagliari just getting a bit more of the possession. Hopefully you can do better in the second half. And nothing happened in the second half, so we just simmed it to the end, and that was the end. 1-0 to Hertha Berlin. I kind of realised at this point that it could be that my players play out of position. I mean, João Pedro has 72 pace. He's not very fast, and he's playing as a left winger. I think he does that. He plays there in real life. But I thought that we needed a good two-striker formation, or just something that puts him up front instead of being on the wing, because we aren't really utilising his strengths if we put him on the wing. So we just changed it to 4-4-2. I mean, I quite like the 4-4-2. We're going to change it again because this formation does not suit João Pedro at all. But we are going to go into the next game against Fenerbahce. Second game of the pre-season. Hopefully we can win this game, get the first win of the season down. And it is kickoff. Fenerbahce take the kickoff as the game gets going. There are quite a few players jammed in the corner here as Unas whips a lovely ball in. That João Pedro meets very well. That's a very nice goal. Good header into the far post. And Fenerbahce are 1-0 down. And after that kickoff, nothing really happened. Apart from this little attack into the box just before the halftime whistle. But Fenerbahce weren't able to get anything. Or just over the bar. Cagliari having absolutely no possession. 28. But it's not looking good for us at the moment. I think we're going to bring on Tyrone now. We're going to bring him on. He's going to come on for his debut against Fenerbahce, second game of the season. He didn't come on in the first game, but he's going to play now. Hopefully he can make an impact, do something. Just something. Get the rating up. Get some players in. We just need him to score so we can get some players in. Come on, Tyrone. Here comes Fenerbahce on the edge of the box. Number 17 whips one in as a good finish from Enner Valencia. I don't think that Tyrone had a very good impact on the squad here, and he didn't do anything as it was finished 1-1. Fenerbahce having more shots, Cagliari having barely any possession, and somehow managing to grasp a draw off of that. But on to the next game against Frankfurt. This could be a big turning point, hopefully, in this pre-season. We need to just win. We can get loads of money in. We can just do stuff. It's a good save from Cragno, one of our best players, I'd have to say. He's our highest rated one. He's 26. He's a goalkeeper. He'll be in the squad for many years to come. But it's half-time. The score is 0-0. Once again, my striker's not doing anything. I'm pretty sure that's because of the formation. But we're going to bring on Tyrone. Hopefully he can make an impact. Didn't make one last game, but that's mainly... It's probably because he's a bit shit. But hopefully he can get something. Just something that will give us more players. We really need good players. We really need just more. We just need more players. This Cagliari team is shockingly shit. 32 gives it to Andre Silva, and it's a great finish from him. They've had 5 shots. They've kind of dominated here, Frankfurt. And they're going to come through again, and it's number 15, but it's a good save from Cragno to tip it over the bar. Great save, actually. The cross going to come in. Andre Silva gives it to the edge of the box, but it's a good tackle from number 22. Not too sure who that is. Here is Tyrone receiving the ball, and it's a beautiful ball out of play. Like that's what he is. That's literally what he does. Yeah, that's what 1 in every stat looks like. If you didn't know, I mean, you've probably seen other career modes with 1 player having 1 rated. But Andre Silva makes it 2-0. Frankfurt have had 7 shots. Tyrone gives the ball to Unas, who gives it to João Pedro, who scores. Now, that all started because of Tyrone, but unfortunately, he didn't get a goal. And assists don't count. I mean, that wasn't an assist, but he basically made that attack. But unfortunately, we weren't able to level at the end there. We only got 1 back. But we're going to go into the squad hub. As you can see, Tyrone is 6 foot. He's 171 pounds. His stats are shit. Basically, what I wanted to do here was to just upgrade some of his stats. As you can see, he does have 30 defensive awareness and 50 composure. But that's mainly because you can't change those stats in FIFA. But everything else is 1. As you can see, he's gone up in shot power just randomly, as well as ball control. Like, that's not just me. That's just him just growing and becoming a beast. But we're doing this so we can just increase the main stats that we need. Pace is very important in this game, and if you want to have a good striker, so we're going to go for that for him. But that's going to be the end of this episode. It's the first episode. I'm really happy with how this has gone. Like, this has gone absolutely perfectly. Like, everything, the character, the team, it's actually going to be so much fun, and I hope you guys stick around. So lads, that's the end of the video. I do hope you enjoyed. This was so much fun to record. I have got 2 more episodes planned just for like now. I haven't done any more because quite frankly, it's quite hard to play as a 1 rated striker, and FIFA's kind of boring against the AI. So obviously I'm still going to do this because they're so much fun. But if you did enjoy this episode and you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, stick around for new videos. I've got loads of projects planned for the coming months. And if you could stick around or support the channel or share this with anyone who you think might enjoy this idea, I do hope that you do that. And if you could leave any feedback on how I can make these even better, please do leave that in the comments. The analytics actually look quite good, so if you could subscribe, that would be very nice. They're not fully 100% yet, so I think we need to increase that a bit more. But once again, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy how this is like laid out, the idea. I'm not racist. This is the most racist career mode though, and I hope that you appreciate that this is literally just a joke, and it's not meant to hurt anyone. It's not meant to target anyone. Apart from the Cagliari fans, they're dicks. But the Cagliari players aren't racist. I'm literally just making a movement, just selling all of the white players. But thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. I hope you stick around to see the next episode of this, the West Ham career mode. I'm going to do 1 more episode and then it's done. I'm kind of bored of it. Because it's at the point of the season or the second season where everything just like, it's not fun anymore. It just becomes a bit boring. The first season's always fun because you're building the team. But once you build the team, there's literally no point. Like, I haven't done, like, the big challenges yet, but, like, there's no point. But thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Also, boys, I now have a Reddit. It's r/KingGrave. You can come and do whatever you want. Links are in the description. Roll the outro.
Attack on Titan, Tokyo Ghoul. These hentai babes make me drool. Hatsune Miku is great. She makes me masturbate. Fairy Tail, Soul Eater. Call me Meat Beater. Hentai girls are great. Hentai girls are cool.